It may be summer in China, but the factory lines aren't heating up. Just released PMI figures suggest the world's biggest export engine is in a holding pattern. While better than bad news, it won't comfort those looking for early confirmation of a Chinese economic rebound in the second half of 2012. The market has been expecting a bounce as looser policy from Beijing takes effect, but that's not a given according to JP Morgan.
If you talk about year-over-year growth, I think it's still too early to say that second quarter is a bottom. Actually, in our forecast, we're looking at the second half still about 7.6% growth, so will be a flat recovery in the second half.
Investors may hang on China's every data release, but mainstream metrics like PMI and GDP might not actually be the best gauge of economic strength. Growth figures could be subject to meddling from anxious regional officials, as incoming Premier Li Keqiang hinted in a leaked U.S. diplomatic cable. Some other readings that rarely command headlines are worth considering. Power consumption, for one, is seen as a reliable gauge of industrial production. If growth in demand for electricity remains soft or worse, contracts, you can bet more pain lies ahead. Cement may be another good indicator, according to Bank of America. That's because it can't really be stored after it's produced, and it's very localized in production. Some local governments have quietly turned the stimulus taps back on already, with billions pledged for infrastructure spending. If you want an early signal that stimulus-led construction is actually ramping up in a meaningful way, look for a strong pickup in cement prices first.
We're overweight on the cement sector at the moment. This is an area that's really been hit pretty significantly in the first half of the year as cement prices continue to tumble, and people were not so sure when that inflection point in terms of investment would come through. We're starting to turn around the corner on that.
The central government, for its part, has so far favored monetary measures. The PBOC is seen cutting interest rates by a further 25 basis points in the third quarter, while the amount of cash big banks must keep in their reserves will fall by another 100 basis points, according to a Reuters poll.
We do not think government will roll out a big fiscal stimulus measures because they want to avoid the mistake made in the 2008 and 9, because the overall economy is still absorbing the consequences of the property bubble, the local government debt, excess capacity in quite a few industries, and also inefficient investment.
While Premier Wen Jiabao made it clear in comments released this week that containing property prices remains a major priority, he also opened the door to increased government spending in the second half. It may turn out that China's lesser-known indicators are the best ones to watch when it comes to understanding both the health of the economy and official efforts to prop it up. John Gordon in Hong Kong.